The moment you're waiting for is here. Today is the day we're going to unveil our 2024 Christmas Advent kit. I'm so excited about this. I actually want to do this last year, but I didn't get everything together in time and we weren't able to get it. This year, totally different story. So I am just going to make sure that we are live on Facebook here. If you'll notice, I have a brand new setup and I tested this last night. Okay, I don't hear any echo. It's working. Yay. I was up till midnight last night trying to get everything, all the tech. I had to completely move my desk around. You'll notice we have a new background with some projects that we've done back there. And so completely new setup, completely new tech. I have so many lights on my face. I can barely see the camera, but I think we got it working. I'm so excited. So this is the kit that we're going to unbox today. This is our 2024 Advent Countdown to Christ kit. Like I mentioned, I'm super excited. I wanted to do this last year, couldn't get it together. So the kit that you're going to get is actually going to have a really cute sticker right here. They're arriving today. So we have the kids kitted, but we don't have the sticker to put on them yet. And these released to the members about an hour and 23 minutes ago. They are already flying. We have multiple members that have bought 5. So you're not going to want to wait on this one. If you're a member, the email already went out. And the link is also in the private community. So you can look in there. You can go ahead and grab yours. They're going to be released to the public on on Thursday at 10 a.m., Thursday, 10 a.m. And I would not wait on these. We have a limited amount. If you saw my picture earlier, a few days ago, last week, I don't know, it all blends together. We were waiting on the ornaments to come in and they came in last week. There was a picture of me in my car with all the cases. We have 7 cases of ornaments, over 12,000 ornaments. But that's it. When the ornaments are gone, like when the kits are gone, they're gone. That'll be it for this year. So I did order what I thought, but I don't know. I wasn't expecting people to buy 5 at a time. So that's exciting. This is great for an activity for you to do. It's a great family activity. It's a great gift, especially with children, to bring Christ back into the season. So let's go ahead and bust it open. So this one will come with our John 3:16 paper. This paper will not come in any more kits until our reorder comes in because we do have it available for purchase in the 10-pack and the singles for crafting, but we are running so low on it, and then we used it for the kit. So just if you're wondering why you haven't seen it in any of the other kits, that's why, because we're running a little bit low. But I'm going to go ahead and open it up. And the first thing, I'll go ahead and take the ornaments out first. So in the, oh, this kit doesn't even have anything. Megan, can you bring me another kit? Hold on. This one, I don't know what this is, actually. That's not. The Advent kit, yeah. The one I grabbed is, I think it was the one you took pictures with. Oh. That was the one Megan took pictures with and then brought back. Just kidding. That's not it. Let's try this again. Redo. So in here you'll get, I was going to say, my husband and I spent like all weekend packaging these up. So I got to figure out where the new camera is here. So you'll get this little package in here that has your 24 ornaments. Again, sorry, you're going to have to work with me till I figure out like where this camera is working. 24 ornaments. And then you're also going to get your storage bag for the ornaments. And there's also in your precision transfer tool. So if you don't have one, that's going to be in there. If you do have one, it's an extra one. Because if you're using that thing often, it's always good to have a couple of them in there. So that's going to come separately in there. And then this is our first set of A4 transfers where we have the bigger sheet of transfers. So I'm going to go ahead and open those now. I'm going to put that on the ground. Miss Dixie's going to chew on it. So I'll put the ornaments just up here. Yeah, my husband actually helped me get all of those packaged up, which was so handy because we do have the girls that do the packaging. But when you're packing, having to count stacks of 12 and put them together and put them in the bags, it gets a little crazy. So I am going to bust into the transfers. So the transfers do also come with the furniture tool. And we'll go ahead and go through these. So you actually get 4 sheets of the transfers because we need 24 ornaments. So the way that these work is you have the image and then you have the verse that goes with the countdown. So I'm gonna put my glasses on for this so I can read them. So, number 1, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. So that's from Isaiah 9:6. And then we go into the Christmas story. So, day 2, in the 6th month of the angel Gabriel was sent from God unto a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin espoused to a man whose name was Joseph of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. So that's Luke 1:26-27. So I'm not going to go through and read all of these, but basically it's going to take you through the entire Christmas story. So let me move them so that you can see the back. So then we have day 3 when the angel comes and says, "Fear not." We have day 4 when he talks about how the Holy Ghost is going to come upon her. These are all King James Version, because that is my number 1 request. Cindy, hello. Sorry, I didn't even see people. Again, this whole new setup is new. I have you on my iPad now instead of my my other Surface laptop. So hey, Cindy. Yeah, Cindy couldn't wait. Cindy is one of the ones that got 5. So the ladies are not waiting. Wendy, hello. Hello, Elizabeth. Missy said she made her first purchase. Oh, let me see if I can put these on here. All right, cool. This works just like last time. Made her first purchase and got transfers. She can't wait to get them. I love that, Missy. Welcome, welcome. So this is the first sheet. So the way that it works is the verse and the picture are above. And then when you get to the bottom ones, it's next to it. So number 5 is here. Number 6 is here. So I'll just quickly show you the sheets. And then I have made some of these, obviously, but then I'm going to go through and show you just a quick, we'll do a few together. So we have day 7, day 8, they're going to Bethlehem. Day 9, Joseph is going up to, well, this one, it says they all went to their city, and then now they're actually traveling. While they were there, it came time that she should be delivered. So then she brought forth her firstborn son, and then the shepherds come for day 12. Day 13, the angels coming around the shepherds. Day 14, he's telling the shepherds to fear not. Day 15 talks about unto you born in this day the city of David is the Savior. Day 16, the multitude of angels are singing praises. Then the shepherds go in to go visit him. Then they return to their flocks. Day 19 talks about his circumcision. All right, and the 8 days were accomplished. It just talks about his process. They'd been there for 8 days, and then it goes into the days of Herod, where the wise men come. They bring their gifts, and then the word talks about the word was made flesh, and then of course John 3:16 is where it's going to end right there. Elizabeth says you're going to be hooked. Yes, Missy, you will. So that is the whole countdown. So the way that I envision this, and again, this is, do it your own way, but you could either craft one each day. You could craft them all and then hang them up and then flip them over. You could craft them all and then read the verse and then hang one each day. It's kind of however you want to do the Advent. But the idea was that you would have a way to craft and count down the days to Christ. So I have some of the ornaments here. So I have some that I've already finished because I didn't want you to have to wait for me to go through like all of the things. So the tutorial is done and ready. I'm going to put it up later today. But what I did on the top of the ornaments, so let me put this up a little closer so that you can see. It's not focusing. Maybe I do it this way. So I did the gold at the top here. You could do black. I actually did the black and the gold, and I like the gold better. You could paint the whole ornament. You could stain the whole ornament. So there's so many things that you can do with these. I just did it super simple for maybe someone that was starting or children. But I just used, because this pen has the angled tip, so I just went with the angle that is already there. Let me, I remember I was going to do a different view so you guys can see better. There we go. So I just colored it with the marker with the gold. This it's 18 karat gold leafing pen. And then I just went through and just colored the top. So I went through and did all these first. And then because you're going to be flipping them over, you are going to want to do, Missy's just going to go broke. You can resell, Missy. You can resell your projects. You would make your money back. I think that's crafting in general. I had to go to Hobby Lobby the other day again. And, oh, what did I walk out with? Oh, you know, I was inspired by, let me even color this last one, and then I will show you what I snagged at Hobby Lobby. And I had to blame another crafter because I don't know if you guys follow or see Heidi with DIY Dreaming. She did the ornament maker kits, the ornament makers the other day, and she saw it from another crafter, and I don't know who. You know how we are. Like, you see this stuff and it goes, you see it and then you have to do it. Let me grab these. So she took, and I don't have any of the wood slices here. Oh, wait, I do. Okay, so this is not a round wood slice, but this is one that I've just pulled because it's a weird shape. But it'll give you the idea of what she did. So she took the round wood slice, and then she got these, she put the ornament maker on it. And then she got these. I actually had to get them from Amazon because I went to Hobby Lobby and they didn't have them. So this is coming soon. I'm going to try it soon. But she put the ornament maker on there, and then she put the bulb on it, and it has like snow and stuff inside of it. It is the cutest thing. I can't wait to try it. But yeah, that was me going to Hobby Lobby getting stuff that I didn't need. Because I saw a super cute project and I needed to do it. So it happens to the best of us. Oh, Heidi, I was just talking about you. Yeah, so Heidi has the full tutorial on her page. She just commented on here. So Heidi with DIY Dreaming. That's the one that gave me the idea. That's why we were just talking about, you know, going broke and spending money on crafting. But yeah, I saw her do that with the little bubble, and I was like, I have to do that. So not only do I need to do that, but I was thinking of other ways to use the bubble where I could, like on a sign. So I'm going to play around with those. But these are super simple to make. So all we did was we just did the gold leafing at the top. And then when you're ready to do the transfers, the way that I found it easiest is if you just cut these bottom ones off, because we want to make sure that we keep the verse and the image together, because we're going to do the front and the back. So then I just cut them out on each day so that I didn't get all confused, because if I would have cut those verses out and then try to figure out what matched what later on, it would be bad news bears. And so then when you get to the bottom one, we're just going to cut the bottom ones so they're together, and then we have all of them together, and then we can work on them individually. So these are super simple. I just worked on them one at a time. So since I'm going to do this one, I'm just going to cut the verse off. And you're just going to peel it. So if you haven't worked with the rub-on transfers before, this is the actual graphic. So we don't want to touch that because that is going to be what's going to stick. You want to make sure that your surface is clean. You don't have anything on it. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to bring this down a little bit so I can see better. And we're just going to put it on there and just center it the best that we can. Again, you could paint these first. I just chose not to. And then you're going to take your precision transfer tool and we're just going to rub it on down. Now, it is optional to use the heat gun if you're where it's a little bit colder or you're having a problem with it sticking, you can just use the heat gun. And that's going to help it stick a little bit. Elizabeth says a couple years ago she made something similar for her niece's 3rd grade class for a teacher Christmas gift. I love that. Yeah, I have a feeling that's what a lot of people are doing, is gifting them, or, you know, they're, I don't know, going to make them all with their grandchildren. I did not expect people to be ordering 5 at a time, but, you know, that's why members, you get first access. So again, if you're a member, you already got the email today. Members get first access and 20% off all new releases. So that email went out this morning. And then we also have the link and your discount code in the group. All right, so we're just going to peel that right off. How cute is that? I've got to figure out these new camera angles. So thank you for bearing with me. All right, so that's the front. Now you can seal these if you want. I would use an acrylic spray. You can also seal them with Mod Podge. Then just make sure that they're really dry before you stack them up together. Okay, so the next part is we're gonna do the verse on there. So again, you're just gonna pull it off. Make sure that we don't touch any of the lettering, so you can see each of those letters is an individual graphic. So we don't wanna touch any of that. Now, as far as centering the wording, I actually centered the number up at the top in about the same place in each one. If you try to center, and again, this is preference, if you try to center the verse itself, because some are long, some are short, then your number is going to be in a different spot on each one, because if it's a long verse, the number will be at the top. If it's a short verse, your number is going to be like kind of in the middle. So I just put the number right here, about right there on all of them, so that as they lined up, all of the numbers would be in about the same spot. All right, so this is, again, I'm just using this to help speed up the rubbing process, so you guys aren't having to watch me sit here and rub. Lori, these are King James Version. Yeah. I was thinking of you, Lori, when I did these. Lori's one of our King James Version girls, which is fine. But yeah, I made sure that they were all in King James Version so that everybody could participate and have them. Thank you, Elizabeth, for answering that for me. Okay, so with the letters, you just want to make sure, I like to keep rubbing as I'm pulling them off. Now you will see in the tutorial, I think when I did number 9 or something, I got a little bit crazy and pulled it up too fast. So that's why if you have this resistance as you're pulling, you can make sure all of the letters, I mean, they are thin letters, but I tried to make them thick enough that they wouldn't give you too much trouble. But again, just make sure it's down. If you do it slowly like this, then if it starts to come up, you can go back down and go over it and not have as many problems. But I do like to use the thin end of the transfer tool for that, because I feel like I get more pressure with that when it comes to the actual letters. So there we go. So you can hang up all the pictures. What I'm probably going to do is hang up all the verses, and then as we count down, I'll flip the pictures over for each day. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so there's one. Do another one. And that's literally how easy this is. So if you have like littles that you want to do it, this would be a great Thanksgiving activity. You could have them do, you know, depending on the age, you can have them do the bigger graphics. And then you can help with the wording. Obviously, if they're a little bit older or they're super patient, you know, they could do the words too. Because the only thing is, you only get one of each. So you do got to make sure that you have it on there pretty good before you lift it up. But again, it's just all about patience. Lori, yes, they can be painted, they can be stained. You just want to make sure, obviously, it's really dry and really cured. And again, the heat's optional. I'm just trying to speed it up. You could also decoupage and put it over decoupage. The transfers will work over decoupage as well, as long as it's dry. Like it's completely cured, then you can just put it right over it. But yeah, these are just like our ornament makers. So we did, trying to think, I like moved everything yesterday. I thought I had some of the ornaments. Some of the ornament makers we did were painted and then we put the transfers over them. It's the same exact way. So again, you just want to make sure that it's down. If you have any resistance, just go over it some more. All right, so we've got, this is day 2. And in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God unto a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin espoused to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. You could also do, like we suggest with our Countdown to Christ, we do have a Countdown to Christ coloring poster for smaller children. The other thing that we suggest with that one that you could do is Christmas Eve, you could hang all of these on the verse side, read through, and flip them over on the verse side. Okay, so Wendy says she's going to check her email. She didn't get that far yet. I'm just going to do that when you saw I was live. Wendy knows the drill. So Cindy is planning on doing them with her family at Thanksgiving dinner. That's so perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking. What a great activity. And then they can take them home in the little bag. That's perfect. Elizabeth wants to know if I would do a few in the Catholic version. Elizabeth, that is the first time anyone's ever asked for that. I've been doing this for a minute. When I very first started, we were using NIV. What is the other one? NLT. And the number one question that I kept getting is, are these King James Version? Are these King James Version? Are these King James Version? So as to not get lost in the theology, because I don't want that to distract from crafting or Christ or any of that, I just decided to stick to the King James Version as much as possible. Yeah, just so that we don't, I don't want anyone to get lost in the weeds on theology. So I probably wouldn't. But yeah, but that's why. Okay, so here's number 2. So you can just see it on there, and we're good on there. Again, you can seal this with a Mod Podge. You can seal it with an acrylic spray. I'll probably just use a spray because you all know how I am with the Mod Podge. I'm like super heavy-handed. I'm always dumping too much Mod Podge on everything. All right, I'll do one more and then I'll show you a bunch of the finished ones. We can go through like all 24. Well, the 24 that I don't. Minus the 3 that I still have here. So again, if you're new, if you're just jumping on, these are our 2024 Countdown to Christ Advent Ornament Maker Kit. It comes with the 24 ornaments. It comes with the 24 transfer image designs and the 24 verses that go on the back. It also comes with the precision transfer tool, and it comes with a storage bag for your ornaments. And then, of course, the tutorial. And so these are live for members as of today. Members, check your email. And also, I posted it in the group. I was on top of it this morning and posted it in the group before I went live. And then everyone else, they're going to be available Thursday at 10 a.m. We do only have a limited number of these kits. Because the ornaments were specially made for our kit. Well, here's this one, so I can show you. So this is day 3, and the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with God, and behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son, and shalt call his name Jesus. All right, so again, we're not touching, and I am just centering the number with that middle hole in the top up here. Again, you can center the whole verse if you want. It really just depends on how the style that you want. You can paint them. You can stain them. You can get as crazy as you want with them. You could add bows. You could add the little burlap bows to the top. I'm going to do this one, and then I'll show you how I strung them. So you will need whatever you want to string them with, or you can just use hooks. You don't have to. I actually grabbed some jute. I say that, and then I'm like looking for where it went on the desk here. It was here this morning. All right. Well, I have jute here. I also have this red stripy twine that you could use as well. Like that's another, if you want to add some color. I'm just going to use the jute because that's what I did for the rest of them. So again, on the letters, I'm just going to make sure I'm rubbing ahead of where I'm peeling to make sure that it's really down before it comes off, because I do not want to lose any letters, which if you've worked with any of our verses before, you know it's not a challenge, but you just have to be patient. So if you're lifting it up and you see the letters still stuck to the paper, that just means you need to go over it a little bit more. You can apply some more heat. I do find the heat gun really does help. When I was doing the tutorial, I think I used it on every one. And it helps because I have no patience is the problem. Lori says, so pretty. She loves the angels. Marcy missed the email again. Marcy, it's in the Facebook group too. I can tag you again when we get off, or if someone's can get to the Facebook or the member group, can you tag Marcy? For some reason, the poor thing's not getting the emails. Okay, so here is sorry, it's blurry. I don't know this camera. So here's the back verse, and then we have the image on the front. So I'll show you some of the ones that I have finished here. So I just have them in my storage bag. Now, when you put them in your storage bag, because there are so many, you do have to kind of like, if you can see, they're like fanned out in here. That makes it a little bit easier to go in than just stacking them all together. But here's ones that I've already completed. So you can see I have them all in here. I did not seal any of these. They're just completed. So we've got all the different verses in here, and they're just ready. They're ready to hang. Here, let me go. Oh, I gotta figure out what I'm doing here. Did that switch? It didn't switch. There we go. So they're just ready to hang. So I'll show you how I did the jute. So I used 9 inches of jute to get this height, like this length of a loop. So if you like that distance for hanging, that's 9 inches. So I'm just going to use my mat here. I had a bunch of I had like at least 3 cut. So the way that I did it is I cut the 9 inches, and then I'll show you. This was my cheat for doing a bunch at a time. So I just looped this. Got to get some strung out here. So if you just loop it, This depends on how OCD you are about everything being exact. But this is what I did. I just took a bunch and then went back and forward. Which was easier when I wasn't trying to do it on camera. Okay, like so. And then what you can do is you can just cut, and then you can cut your ends. And then you have a whole bunch. So that's kind of how we try to cut things quickly here when we have to cut stuff or when it won't go through the ribbon cutter. Okay, so we'll put those there so that you can kind of see them. So the way that I do it, you just kind of, and again, this is if you're OCD, and if you want everything to go to the same direction, I just folded them in half, like so. And then I went through the front of the ornament that has the design on it, and then just looped it through. Now, you don't want to go super crazy and pulling on this because it is a thinner, let me see if you can see, like it is pretty thin. It shouldn't snap, but just don't be yanking on it too hard. So just a gentle tug, and then I just take and I knot. I knotted the ends. It's that easy. And then this one, I didn't get them even before. Usually I do them even before, but if you didn't, you can just give it a little haircut and we're good to go. So again, now, like I said, you could get as fancy on these as you want. You could add bows. You could string them with ribbon. I actually can't remember if I didn't put them in there. I actually had, I bought this twine to string them, like string on the wall. And then I got these little itty bitty, I gotta go this way, little itty bitty clothespins to clip them to. So if you don't want to use, you know, if you want to do like a wall decor rather than putting them on a tray or something, that's another idea. And then Megan took some pictures. When you go to the product on the site, she's got some ideas for hanging it on the tree, hanging it on the wall. She had to dig out her stockings to take pictures. Poor thing. Her husband probably thought she was nuts. It's like fall, and we're doing Christmas, right? Oh, silly. Oh, thank you so much, Cindy. Totally outdid myself. Love, love, love them. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I was so bummed I couldn't get it together for last year, which it worked out good because those of you that have been around a while know that I was in the hospital for the week before Christmas last year. So I wasn't doing much of anything that month, and I did not have any staff at that time. It was just me and Camille, my admin. And Camille is from the Philippines, so she's the one, she'll help me on social media. I just had her start helping with emails, but she was helping with a lot of the stuff behind the scenes. But I didn't have anyone helping with orders or packing or any of that. It was just me. And then I think 5 days before Christmas, I ended up at the hospital, and I didn't get out until the day before New Year's Eve. And so that's when I realized that I can't do this myself anymore, and I need to hire people. So everything's different this year, but yeah, we're doing a lot better this year. I'm doing a lot better health-wise this year. So we've been able to bring out a lot of things that I wanted to do last year and just didn't have the ability to do. So I'm super excited. I've been blessed to be able to do that. So I love this. I envision this will be an annual kit, and we'll just have different designs each year. So I was looking for something to keep my family focused on the reason for the season. I know, you know, we still have the chocolate advent because because chocolate. But we can add this to it, to the chocolate, and you know, bring the message back to Christ. So I love it. I know that the coloring poster has been a hit for a couple of years now. We've been selling the coloring poster. And so again, this is can be for kids or adults. It's part decor, part crafting. And then again, you can just store them in your little bag. You could also complete them and give them as gifts too. So this is one of the ones that has a little bit of a longer verse, but I'm still going to push it up to the top just so as they're all hanging, my numbers are kind of all in the same general area. And I really don't trust myself with the letters without the heat gun. So again, those that are just jumping on, these are available to members as of today. I'm like heat gunning the ones I'm not using yet. This is our Countdown to Christ and Advent kit. It's a limited edition kit. It comes with the 24 ornaments, 24 designs, 24 verses in King James Version for you to be able to do the front and the back. And then I just added at the top, if you're jumping on later, my 14 karat gold leafing pen. I don't know where I did with it. Buried it in here somewhere. I have this new setup and things are just disappearing at this point. I heard something fall earlier, but I just used a 14 karat gold leafing pen. You could use paint too. You could use any color you want. You can paint the ornaments first if you want. You could stain the ornaments if you want. Now keep in mind with the staining, the letters are black because so just be careful on how dark you go so that you could still, or you know, you could not stain the back, but you just want to make it doing it where you can't even see. You just don't want to make it so dark that you can't see the letters. Cindy says, glad you mentioned the numbers at the top because I would have tried centering it. Exactly, Cindy. I realized that like the first one I did, because my instinct was to center it. I wanted to center it, and then I know I would have been annoyed as they're hanging there, and like the verses would have been like. Burr, 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 burr. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna work on centering the number at the top. I keep hitting the wrong thing to remove comments. I almost keep removing myself every time I go up here to touch the screen. So yeah, but again, if you would rather have it centered, you can do this centered. You could also, if you want to get super techie, you could cut the number off and center the number and then center the verse somewhere else. Like, so you don't have to, you could separate the number from the verse if you wanted both, the best of both worlds, I should say. Bless you, Megan. You're in there sneezing. So again, just making sure we're gently peeling and just making sure they're really rubbed on before we go too far. So this one says, then said Mary unto the angel, how shall this be, seeing I know not a man? And the angel answered and said unto her, the Holy Ghost shall come upon thee, and the power of the highest shall overshadow thee. Therefore also that holy thing which shall be born of thee shall be called the Son of God. And that's from Luke 1:34 and 35. There we go. Again, I don't know why this isn't focusing. This is the symbolic of the Holy Spirit. And I'm going to grab one more out of this bag because I think I'm one short. So just grab one more. Well, now I need to find my pen because, oh, it's in there. I put it away. I just couldn't see it. So if you joined later, this is the pen that I use. It's the 14 karat gold leafing pen by Krylon. I got this on Amazon. It's also in my Melanie's favorite things. If you go to my page, I have a list of my favorite things from Amazon. This is one of them. So I'm just going to redo this one real quick because it looks like I didn't get it very good. So again, I'm just going right over the angles of the ornament that is there. And then just make sure that you do front and the back because you'll be flipping the ornament. So you don't want to have one side unfinished. Or you could leave it unfinished if that's the look that you want. You know, just make sure whatever you want, whatever you do is the same on both sides. So again, I just followed the angles here and super easy to color. Oops, wasn't quite dry there. Must make sure that side's good. That's why we have the Surface Saver crafting mat. So when you have stuff like this, it will just come right back off. See, I make this for myself because I'm a little bit messy. All right. Losing my things. All right, we're going to move this over. I got to remember I need to be in this area. So all we did first was we just cut, like make sure for those of you that joined a little bit late, when you cut it, you're going to cut, we just cut along here and then we cut these out together. So we knew like this image goes with first one, this image goes with first two, and then the bottom, you're just going to cut these two right here. And then these two go together. So that way you don't get all lost on which verses go with which one. Oh, Lynn says so pretty. Lori loves them. I am so excited for you ladies. Now I did them super simple and I know some of you on this live are going to take them and make outstanding, gorgeous ones. I know you're going to do it. Like I mentioned, you could use ribbon. You could use, you know, super fancy ribbon. You could put a bow, those little tiny, I don't think I have any in here. Just little things that I have here. This is my little storage thing. Well, that didn't like that. You could get even fancy and put some greenery on each one. That's not the right greenery, but you get the idea. Oh, here I have one little bow in here. If you wanted to do like a jute bow or a burlap bow, like you could add bows or something to it. So again, I even thought about doing the burlap bows, but when we first release stuff, you guys know, I don't like doing examples with stuff that not everyone's going to have. So I just try to make it as simple as I can for those that are just beginning. But yeah, you could totally fancy them up. So I know you guys are going to make them way prettier than anything I'm coming up with. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with them. So again, the heat gun is optional. You don't necessarily need it. I'm impatient, and so I find it speeds things along. Now, some of these ones that have the smaller, like this one, I don't know if it's going to focus so that you can see, but it has these little tiny stars that are sitting out here kind of by themselves. So I do want to make sure those are down really good. That is the only ones that I had to really go over were the ones that had the, you know, floating stars, as I like to call them, because they were kind of out there on their own. So we just want to make sure that those are down. So you can see, like, there's one there. There's these two over here, right there. So you just want to make sure that they're down really well. So again, just make sure that you're not touching any of the wording on here. It does have the tool with it, so you'll have that. And when I use the heat gun, I'm just kind of looking for the paper to curl a little bit. Now be careful if you are using a heat gun because it can be hot here. So I just wait for it to curl a little bit, go over it again, and then do my little technique of gently pulling and rubbing. So the precision transfer tool is going over it like one last time really well as I'm lifting it up. All right, and then we just have one more and my set will be done. As I'm doing it where you can't see. You know it's going to take me a few times to get used to this whole new setup here. I had to repaint this thing behind me. We actually used for when I did live events, like in person, like craft, like boutique, where I used to sell my kits, where you could go like make your own kit. It was a whole thing, and that was before we had the rub-on transfers. So people would come and literally just pick out which napkin they wanted. They would pick out the different pieces of their kit, and then I had a tutorial anyway. So we have this whole giant display piece, and so you can see it has like the little holes in it for the shelves. My husband, I sent him a picture. I was like, I need this by next weekend, probably. I probably gave him no time. And so it's giant, what do you call that? Like the boards, the plywood. It's like a whole piece of plywood. And then he had to go in and measure and like drill all the little holes big enough for the little pegs. And then he had to make all the pegs. And then he made like the shelves. Let me see, like the shelves for it. So you can kind of see on there, like the little, I think there's a peg right there. But it's just all sitting on there. And then that, I had a wreath there last night. I was decorating in a couple of different ways. I had a wreath and then I decided to put that frame up. So that frame is that frame I get from IKEA, and the image in there is actually the Printables Club, one of the images. And then we've got the sign maker over here. We've got the coaster kit. I've got ornaments up in there. We've got some, oh, that is this month's kit right there, the cutting board right behind my head. The lanterns are up there. I thought, how cute would it be if I could actually display some of the fun stuff that we've done, especially for new people. All right. This one. So our last little one here. Now I have the tiniest of, I'm doing it where you can't see. I have the tiniest of little overhang here. So if that happens and you do have a little, you can just take your file and you can just file that off. So any of the rub-on transfers, if you didn't see us do the ornaments, you just gently file off that piece that you don't want. It's seriously like the tiniest amount. But if that's bugging you, that's how you get rid of it, is just file it off. Okay, and then we'll do our last little verse. So this one is from Matthew 1:20. Behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream, saying, Joseph, thou son of David, fear not to take unto thee Mary thy wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost. So I just warm it up till it's curling there. And all right, we're just going to gently pull it off. So again, different ways you can do this. You can craft one each day. You could craft them all and then hang them like so the verses are facing, and then flip one over as you count down. You can leave them all in their little baggie, and you could bring them out as you count down and hang them on a tree or hang them on a wall with some string. some jute. You can make them as fancy or as simple as you would like. So again, don't get too crazy pulling on the top piece because you don't want to snap that top piece. I'm not doing so well getting the ends of my jute like even today. There we go. That's at least closer. There we go. So I tend to just do everything in sections. I painted all the tops first, and then I went through and did all of the graphics, and then I went through and did all the strings. And then as long as you go the same direction each time you do the twine, or however you're going to hang them. And again, you don't have to use jute. This is just, I had jute. You could use ribbon, you could use string. If you don't have jute, you can just go get the ornaments and just hang the ornament hook right on the, just put the ornament hook right through the top, like if you don't have them. So as simple or as fancy as you would like. Again, I didn't get them even. What's going on with that? If you don't get them even, just give them a little haircut at the end. That one is just fighting me. I didn't want to do it. The only time it's going to be like, you know, super detrimental if you don't get them even, it's just when you're if you're hanging them on something that's even. But even then, you can just adjust the clips. All right, so hopefully I did 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so I'll go through because these are all, this is a whole set done. All right, so we can go through. So you have, figure out where to do this here. All right, so you have number 1, the little baby. I'll put these right here so you can see them. Then we've got 2. In the 6th month, the angel came. Then we have 3. Angel said, "Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with God." So again, this is the angel talking to her. Then said Mary unto the angel, "How shall this be?" And then he talks about the Holy Spirit coming upon her. Then Mary said, "Behold, handmaid of the Lord, let it be unto me according to thy word." So she's coming in agreement. Then on day 6, behold, the angel appeared to Joseph. So now the angel is going to Joseph and telling him what's going on. It came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that everyone was going to be taxed. Day 8, they all went to be taxed, everyone to their own city. So we have like the city of Bethlehem here. Joseph also went up from Galilee out to the city of Nazareth to Judea. So now she's pregnant here and they're going to be traveling. It was so that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. So we have like the little manger scene there. She brought forth her firstborn son, wrapped him in swaddling clothes, laid him in a manger. So there she has the little baby. They were in the same country, shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. The glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were sore afraid. So we have more angels there. Angel said unto them, "Fear not, for I bring you good tidings." He's telling them what's happening in the city. "For unto you born this day in the city of David your Savior, which is Christ." Elizabeth said I've hit it out of the park with every holiday gift. It's going to be hard next year, Elizabeth. I'm already panicking. All right, day 16. Suddenly there was an angel with a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God, singing glory, glory. The shepherds said unto one another, let us go even into Bethlehem. Let's see this thing that happened. So you have the shepherds going in there to see the baby. Then the shepherds return, glorifying and praising God for all that they had seen. They're going back to their flocks. And this one, after 8 days, he was circumcised, and they named him Jesus. Then it's going to go into continuing the story. In the days of Herod, the king came, wise men came from Galilee. So it's talking about them starting their journey. They were saying, where is that born of the King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east. We're here to worship him. So then you have your wise men. When they were there, they came to the house. They saw the young child with Mary, fell down and worshiped him. They gave him the gifts. Then it talks about how the word was made flesh, dwelt among us. We beheld his glory, the glory of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. That's from John 1:14. And then we end with John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting light. So that is the whole Advent. So that is as easy as it is. That's how simple it is. So again, it's great for all ages. When you store these, you have to put them in the bag in sections. So what I did is kind of put them in and then fan them out a little bit, then come in with your other section and then just fan them out a little bit. Well, fan them out a little bit more. Hold on. Oh, you know what? No, actually, that's not what I did. You're going to have to count. I forgot. This is how we did it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. If you do half and half, put half in, and then you can get the other half in. So you're going to do 6 because we almost packaged them this way in the bags. And then we decided the plastic looked nicer. So we went with the plastic bags. So you stick them in there. And then you'll just have to line up all the, the little tops here. And then you can stick the second half in there. And then you'll just turn them until you get, I don't know, this bag is not sliding. Oh, there we go. Then you can just turn them until you get all the little tags in there. And then that way they'll store in there for you. So again, you can seal them or not seal them. These ones are not sealed, but you could use Mod Podge to seal them. You can use acrylic spray, whichever is easiest for you. I'm going to go back through. This is how the sheets come. They're A4 sheets, so you'll get 4 sheets with all of your transfers on them. And I was trying to see, did I put, oh no. I'm going to start putting the tutorials on these sheets, but I didn't do it on this one yet. I did not have that part together there. So you'll get in the kit, you'll get your A4 transfers, 4 sheets of those. Then you'll get in the little bag that comes in it. It will be folded nice and cute. I opened this one, but it'll have your 24 ornaments, your transfer tool, and your storage bag. Now the transfer tool, actually, when it comes, it's inside the bag. So that's why I messed with this one. The transfer tool will actually be inside the bag. So if you don't see it, that's why. It's how we were stuffing them. It was easier to put it in there and then use this to push them down. And then we can roll the bag back up. So again, these are on the site now for members only. So they have, if you're a member, the email went out. You have your private link and your discount code. Don't forget to use your 20% off discount code. And then everyone else, they'll be available. Whatever is remaining will be available Thursday at 10 a.m. I would not wait on this. If you're a member, I would get them now because the orders I'm seeing coming through today, they're not ones. There's 2s, 5s. I have multiple people that have ordered 5. So don't wait on this one. All we have is all we have. I had to get the ornaments custom designed. I don't have any more of these. Obviously I don't have any more. We only ordered so many transfers. So we only have what we have this year, and depending on how fast it goes, that'll help me for next year. This is the first year that we've released the Advent Ornament Maker Kit. I anticipate it will be an annual thing because I personally want it and I love it. Lynn says this is a good project for Julia. She needs a craft. I love that. We love to hear that, Julia. You're in the right place. Lynn says it's a good project. It is. You can make it as fancy or as plain as you want, and that's what I love. Cindy, I will put one of the ornament pictures on the front of the bag so I don't mix them up with something else. Yeah, that's a great idea. So Cindy brings up a great point. You can actually put transfers on these bags, which again, I moved everything around and I don't think I have. We did a cardinal. Oh, I have it right here. I can grab it. Hopefully I just didn't show you my armpit or something weird. If I did, I apologize. So let me show you, because Cindy brings up a great point. Let me move back to this screen here. So people had asked earlier, well, first of all, this is what Cindy was talking about. So this is one of our other transfers. This is from, I think, the Coaster Kit. And we did this on the canvas bag. So you can put transfers on the canvas bag. Now you won't have extra transfers from this set because you only get the 24 fronts, 24 backs. So you'd have to get another set of transfers to put on the front, but you totally could. And so those of you that were asked, somebody had asked about, can you paint the ornament first? So this is a different ornament, but it's the same thing. It's the same type of wood. So this one, we painted the background first, and then we just did the 24 karat gold leafing pin on the top. And then this part right here, this is a transfer. So this is from one of our other transfer kits. So as long as the paint's dry, you just put it on right over it. So again, with antiquing, or if you use like a stain, same thing, just make sure it's completely dry, and then you're going to want to go over it. The only time you would have a problem is if you put some kind of waxy coating over the top of the wood, then the transfer might have a problem sticking. But as long as it's like chalk paint works really well because it's nice and dry. It doesn't have a gloss to it. It's not like a semi, what do you call it? It's a matte. It's not, it doesn't have a glossy sheen to it. So that will work well. This one, it was on it was just, there was nothing on the background. So you can see like these are some of the things that you could do. You could put some kind of embellishment at the top. Here's one where we did some raffia and some jute as a cute little bow. You could do the top like that. Again, these are simple bows. You could add some rustic elements, whatever embellishments that you have. So you can make them, these ones, as fancy or as simple as you want. And that was just a kind of idea. I try to make things so that if you're a more experienced crafter, you can go crazy with it. If you're a newer crafter, it's still going to be easy enough for you to try and have success. So that's kind of the idea. Oh, Elizabeth says she's used several types of tool, and the ones I put in the kit is her favorite. The precision transfer tool. Seriously, I have, I think, 4 up here. This is my favorite too. I don't think I could do rub-on transfers without the precision transfer tool because there's just no other way for me to use it. I just love, I can get the wide to get it down there, and then I can use the skinny in and go in and get the detail before I lift it up. So yeah, I don't know what people did before that, before the precision transfer tool. I couldn't do it. It's one of the reasons I went and found it, because the tool that comes with it is this one, which is good if you're going to go, flat, but you can't really like get in there with it. Like when you bend it, like you can't really get any pressure. And so I immediately, when we got the transfers, was like, I need something for this. So I went and tried a bunch of different things, and this one was my favorite. So that's the story of how it came to be. Yeah, so that is it for today. Again, check your email. Marcy, hopefully someone tagged you in the group so you can get your link, because I know you said you didn't get the email. If not, I'll go in and tag you in the group afterwards. But everyone else, 10 a.m., check your email, 10 a.m. on Thursday. Also, we'll post it on social too. It's already scheduled to go out with the link and everything. But yeah, that's it. So I have a whole bunch of other, when I cleaned and rearranged the room, I found some other projects that I'm going to do. I do want to get to the Printables Club this month because we have coasters and I want to layer some coasters with some transfers and do some fun stuff there. So I will be doing some more crafting videos soon. Also, if you're on TikTok, we're going to start doing TikTok lives. Wish me luck. But that's going to be a new thing where we're going to craft live and do some stuff on TikTok. So if you're on there, come follow us on at Christian Craft Paper on TikTok. But that's it for today. So until next time, happy crafting.